All right, thanks for staying, everyone. My name is Paul. This is All Nation Soccer Club. It's March 15th, 2026, and this is our fourth talk in the area of mentoring. And you know, it's arrogant for us to think that we got to where we're at by ourselves. There were great men and great women along the way that helped us, whose shoulders we stood on. And I'm going to share about one of them today in my life, and his name was Mr. Walsh. And Mr. Walsh moved into my neighborhood when I was 11 years old. And he was the he was business development director for Sylvania Corporation. They make light bulbs, but they do a lot of defense contracts, and they do a lot of work in the oil industry and stuff like that. So he was quite a world traveler and quite an astute businessman. And but he became my baseball coach. And I remember the first day of practice, I was about your age, Cooper and Logan. I was around 11 or 12. And I get to the first baseball practice, and you know, we're hitting the baseball, and he's just getting on me and telling me I'm doing it all wrong. And I've been playing baseball since I was 4 years old, and I was getting really upset and feeling very dejected. And he kept telling me, no, you got to keep your head still, you got to do this. And he walked me through it in slow motion. And I felt very degraded the whole time, very put down. But that went on, I stuck with it. And after 3 or 4 practices, I started to hit the ball really well. I started to just connect with everything and just blast it. And it started to really become an athlete. And that really changed my confidence. I was very heavy, I was a very fat little kid. And I started to lose the weight and become more athletic. And then, and that went on. We had a lot of great baseball teams, and he would teach us a lot of things, like how to work hard and in the yard. We do projects in his yard, and he'd teach us just when you walk up to people, you know, what to say. You know, put your hand out and say, hey, my name is Paul, it's nice to meet you, and stop being so shy and so evasive with the eye contact, and just have a firm handshake. And just a lot of really basic things about being a man that I learned from Mr. Walsh. And you know, like all mentors though, they're not perfect, they have their faults. But you learn from, you know, the good things about people, and that's what I tried to do. And so I remember one particular memory. He got this old statue out of the closet or out of the attic, and it was like a beautiful marble statue of Jesus. And we're all the kids are gathering around the sink, and he's just tenderly washing the statue of Jesus, talking about what a great leader he was, and all about Jesus. And I remember that because, you know, no one in those days in that area read the Bible or went to church very often. We'd go sometimes, but that really had an impression on me. And he went to Notre Dame, so he always had a Fighting Irish shirt on. And I just learned a lot about character because I wasn't really getting it at home. My father was just extremely laid back, great father, but I learned a lot about assertiveness and manhood and sports just through Mr. Walsh. And then when I went to college, and I was getting out of college, he was 60 years old, and he got cancer. He got liver cancer. I remember talking to him on the phone, and he says, yeah, it doesn't look very good. And I said, well, I'm really sorry. And I wrote him a card, and I shared Jeremiah about I know the plans I have for you to give you a hope in the future. And I'm still in touch with his 3 kids. He had 4 kids, 1 stud, and now I'm in touch with one of his grandkids. But just a great memory. And you know, the truth of the matter is that I came from dust, and I'm going back to dust. So for me to be prideful is just a lie, it's a falsehood. And for me to think that I got to where I got to in sports or in business on my own is a lie, it's arrogant. And so I give him credit for a lot of what molded and shaped me in those early years. So that's all I have. And so just a great memory, and a man in my life that got put there, and I'm so grateful for that. And so there's much more I could share, but I'll leave it there. Feel free to ask any questions. Next Sunday,